Hello and welcome to How Not to Draft. We're back here with another 8-4. I've jumped in the same queue as Alex Spencer because that's just how cool we are. It's me and Grey Coil hitting up the same draft. Let's make this bigger for everyone's sakes. So here we are with this first pack. We're obviously first picking Mizzium Mortars. But let's imagine, there's really not a lot else here. It's unfortunate it's probably the next best card in the pack's Lobber Crew. And then after that, so Rites of Weeping, which I've had some success with, but I wouldn't want a third pick, like a Trestle Troll. So there's a few playable Golgari cards here. Like a couple of playable Rakdos cards, small Golgari. This is kind of an Izzet card, you really don't want this when you're overly Rakdos. But here we could go kind of more of the aggro Izzet, we could go more Rakdos. We could go Jund. We could even end up, if it's really open, like just Selesnya and splash this, but obviously then we don't get to overload it, which means it's never going to be insane. It's just going to be a decent removal spell. But without a doubt, this is the pick here. It's probably worth a couple of ticks as well, which, well, I don't want to talk about, is not irrelevant. Okay, so they took an uncommon, which always makes me think, for some reason, of the guild mages. But our pick here, we're looking at Gorehouse Chainwalker and Rakdos Keyrune. Guild Feud, by the way, if you've never read it, is not a card. It's certainly not unlimited. It mills them for 3 a turn, is the most relevant thing it does, which you don't want for a 6-mana enchantment. So it's actually kind of tough between the Keyrune and the Chainwalker. They're both kind of early dudes that come down, and they're both pretty good. But I think I'm going to lean on the Chainwalker, just because this way, if Izzet turns out to be more open than Rakdos, I mean, either way, we're passing a similar signal. And if Izzet turns out to be more open than Rakdos, we can go more of a kind of Izzet aggro route. We don't have to end up... I mean, the Keyrune is very much a Rakdos-y card. Other cards here of note, we've been passing an Action Injunction, but there's not much you wouldn't take over this. And they're clearly passing a fair amount of Rakdos. So there's a Call to the Conclave, so Selesnya's open. That's so annoying. I mean, I love Selesnya in this format so much. If you haven't noticed, by the way, Selesnya is the way to go. There's a Frostborn Weird, which is probably better in his aggro, but it's close between that and Splatterthug anyway. And Splatterthug is almost certainly what we're picking here. Again, it keeps us open between his aggro and the other thing. And like our other Rakdos cards, a Spawn of Rixmadi, which is good in a Rakdos deck, don't get me wrong, but again puts us in Rakdos. And I've seen this going quite late. It's not actually bad in non-Rakdos, and Grim Mostabout, which is fine. Fine little dude. Certainly you're really unhappy to have one. Frostborn Weird's really good, but Splatterthug again, really good card, really good creature. Had this and like 2 of these and 2 Gorehouse Chainwalkers at the pre-release. Damn, I should have done better at that pre-release looking back. Anyway, so yeah, take the Splatterthug here, not at all unhappily. Whoa, and then this pack. Okay, so immediately my thoughts. Selesnya is still open. Transguild Promenade, not really a card. So I think we could take Electrickery and stick with the mono-red plan, which is a fine card. Rakdos Ringleader, not a card in black-red, just like it's a 6-mana 3-1, which is not what you want. Then we've got a couple of Izzet cards in Tower Drake and Runewing. This works fine in Izzet, but I'd probably rather have the Runewing. So this boils down probably to Runewing versus Electrickery. I'm not quite sure what to make of that pick. I think I'd rather be Rakdos than Izzet aggro, generally speaking. But I mean, if Izzet's open, what far deep are we now? 4th pick? So it feels like Rakdos is being cut kind of at the 4 level. I think I'm going to take Electrickery and play it safe for 1 more pick. Because if we get past something insane, I want to be able to take it. Okay, here we're not taking a red card. The only red card in the pack is Battlehorn, which is kind of a sideboard-only card. And there's 1 black option and 1 blue option. And these are actually a lot closer than I'd have thought they were a few weeks back. Kind of Deviant Glee is really a card. It's genuinely a good card. But I think an Action Junction is better, just because it draws you cards. It gets you guys through in the same way the Deviant Glee does, but it draws you cards. And so, yeah, it's a shame we missed out on the Runewing, but I think I'll happily put an Electrickery in my deck, if only because... Are those Chandra's goggles? Anyway, if only because it has an awesome name. So yeah, not unhappy there, but not jumping with Joy. And here we can actually jump with Joy. I mean, we would take, what, a Golgari Longlegs if we were straight Rakdos, which is fine. But it's no... Is it Guildgate, Spirit Skywatch, or Fairy Imposter? Fairy Imposter I'm yet to actually cast. I think I put it in my deck once. But... That, or is it Guildgate, Helba's kind of maybe Splash an Injunction? Though, who am I kidding? And I don't think we want a 6-drop, even a good flying 6-drop like this. So I think I'm going to take the low drop flyer. This guy's fine if you have like a critical mass of 2-drops. So you can just play him on turn 3, replay your 2-drop. And that's fine. It untaps your 2-drop. It resets your unleash guys if you unleashed it and now don't want it leashed. It knocks arrests and things off your guys. It works with your enter the battlefield effects. You know, there's various things that Fairy Imposter can do. Damn, so it feels like kind of a couple away Rakdos is being drafted, but like next to that is being drafted. Because we're just not seeing... I mean, this pack... What's the most playable card in this pack is like a Soul Ties and a Selesnya Sentry. So, you know, it's clearly quite a weak pack by this point. Maybe there were some strong cards in it a moment ago. But we'll just take the Bellows Lizard. It's certainly better than Downsize. Just a dude who can get in there. Works well with Fairy Imposter. Makes Fairy Imposter into a 2-drop. Not irrelevant. Okay, so 6 mana hasty creature, or kind of a bad, or kind of a good Trumpet Blast, I guess. No, the chances that you don't overload this are pretty small. I think it's going to be the Crasher here, just because I think I'd rather have a 6-drop than just these dorky instants. I'd much rather have another creature, even if it is not the perfect creature for my deck. Wow, Trestle Troll Wield? You've not realised how good this card is? It's good. I mean, I didn't realise how good this card is. It's good. Alex, take Trestle Troll. Duh. I can't actually tell him that, but if you watch this go past, because he's recording as well, so you'll be able to watch both videos. Anyway, I'm just going to take the fine 3-drop. It's got an enter the battlefield effect. It works well with Fairy Imposter. That's not entirely speaking true. Fact is, fine. I'd be unhappy if we end up main decking it. Damn, Deviant Glee came round? I think I'm just going to take a Deviant Glee here. I don't think I want Dispel main deck. I think I'm much more likely to open like a Carnival Hellsteed or something. And want to play Deviant Glee and just cut the couple of blue cards we've got down here than I am to want to play Dispel. Yeah, feels like red is being cut, which is, you know, is unfortunate, but we didn't have a choice about our red. We first put Missing Mortars, and then the red kept coming, so just grab a Drainpipe Vermin, I guess. God, I wish I was Selesnya. Look at this late Druid's Deliverance. So we take 6-drop that we could play now as a deck, or a 6-drop that we can only play in Rakdos. I think this 6-drop is probably better. Just like a 4-6, like a big dude. We already have a 6-drop though. I think I'd rather cut Rakdos that little bit more. Sure, people have their Axebane Stags. And Urban Burgeoning, which is not a card. It's literally a basic land. I'm actually going to take a basic land, because that way, see, someone passed me a last big search warrant in the attempt to tell me, oh, go Azorius. Possibly an attempt to tell me, ooh, play search warrant. You know, because you want to pass bad cards, bear in mind the people to your left and right are opponents, and you want to beat them. Okay, so this is an interesting one. We've got Thought Flare, which is a great little lizard card. We've got Splatter Thug, which is a good aggressive creature. And we've got Augusbury, which is a Rakdos removal spell. So, if we hide this Drainpipe Vermin, we're certainly not playing that. If we take Thought Flare, we'll stick with the Izzet plan. And Thought Flare is really good, but it's less aggressive than quite a lot of what I've been taking. It's also like a Trader's Instinct. I think that's worse than these three. So if I take Augusbury, I'm then going more into Rakdos, so I don't have to give up on Fairy Imposter in an action, which isn't much to give up on. And I take Augusbury, I've got Deviant Glee. Or I could just play it safe and... the Splash Thug is so much worse than the multicolored options here, I feel I have to take one of the multicolored options. The question is which one. I think, when in doubt, go with the removal spell. And while I love a bit of card draw, I'm going to take the Augusbury here, see if that works out. Worst case scenario, I end up 3-color, you know, which is a bad worst case scenario. Oof, that's a Skymark Rock. Skymark Rock is good. Anyway. Black-red options, black-red options, black-red options. Ugh. I mean, I felt I cut black red